Hey there, Drea Avent back for part 3 with the legendary Henry Bibby, and we're going to talk about Dribble Pro, which is something he's really excited about and something that the NBA has taken an interest in as well. So tell me a little bit about Dribble Pro.
Well, Dre, this started about 10 years ago, and it's a 3-in-1 training tool. It has 4 nodules that are scientifically placed on here. We didn't just stamp these nodules on. There's a bladder on the inside of this ball where it never goes flat, and it's the real composite leather that we have that the NBA uses because Spalding is making a ball, and they make the ball for the NBA.
Mm-hmm.
And like I said, it's a 3-in-1 training tool for dribbling, shooting, and rebounding.
Very cool.
This is a basketball where you really don't need a trainer, and you can see improvement within your game within 5 to 10 minutes of using this ball.
Wow.
And at first we do dribbling, and in dribbling it only moves 20 degrees away from you.
Mm-hmm.
It's not going to hit one of these nodules and bounce over here.
Mm-hmm.
The nodules are placed on here height-wise to only bounce a certain level
Very
and a certain
cool.
distance away from you. So it forces you to keep your hands spread on the ball. So if it hits one of the nodules, see how the ball is jumping around? It hits, but it forces you to keep your hands spread on the ball. That's what it forces you to do.
Very cool.
So now you don't get into carrying the basketball, but when you get a regular basketball, now you can move it where you want to move it because of the control that you have with the nodules. The second part, it teaches you the correct way to hold the ball to shoot, to get the right rotation. You see the great shooters like Reggie Miller, who shoot years ago. Kobe Bryant has great form on shooting the basketball.
Absolutely.
LeBron James, all those guys. Steph Curry.
These
Guys shoot the basketball, and they get the proper rotation on the ball where if it hits the basket, the ball dies.
Mm-hmm.
So this teaches you to hold the basketball correctly, to be able to shoot the basketball like Stephen Curry and LeBron James and Kobe Bryant, those people, because if you're shooting this ball or you're holding this ball, if your hands ever hit one of these nodules, you're holding it incorrectly.
Mm-hmm.
So you're not going to get the spin that the pro guys get when they shoot the ball because it's natural for them to do it. But if it's not natural, this teaches you how to be natural. So you hold the basketball and you place it where you don't feel any nodules on the ball.
Mm-hmm.
You shoot it and you get the proper spin on it. Now with rebounding, the same thing goes with rebounding. If the nodules when you shoot hit the backboard, you're supposed to go get the ball.
Right.
Okay, not let the ball come to you. So if it hits one, it keeps you in a stance
Mm-hmm.
where now you don't know if it's going to go right, left, or come back to you. So it gets you down in a stance where you can move in either direction when it hits one of these nodules. So
and that's how you have to be for rebounds. You got to be ready.
You have to be ready.
Yeah.
But again, you don't need a trainer with this basketball.
Mm-hmm.
This basketball teaches you, the Dribble Pro teaches you how to be a better basketball player. And I remember Kobe Bryant was saying last year that we need to get back to the roots.
Mm-hmm.
The roots of playing basketball again. The roots of being able to dribble. The correct way to hold the basketball, to shoot it, because
Basics.
the basics.
Yeah.
But most kids don't know the basics. They get away. They think they just go play basketball.
Right. Just
But
throw
first,
anything.
Throw it up.
Yeah.
Just chase and shoot it. But if you want to get the right spin on the ball and you want to get the right rotation, the right accuracy when it hits, this ball will help you do that. So I'm very happy with it. Like I said, a lot of time has been put into this basketball and it's basically something that I want to give back to the community. This is what I want to do.
Where can people find out more about Dribble Pro? What's the website? Or what if there's a youth player that's like, hey, I want to get a Dribble Pro, how do people go about getting their Dribble Pro?
Well, you go to the website, dribblepro.com,
Mm-hmm.
and you can pick up one of these basketballs, $69.99, and and you can't go buy this composite of leather really for that price. So for that price, you're gonna get a training tool,
Mm-hmm.
and we've had some high schools that play a game with this ball.
Really?
Play a game, but it teaches you on the run.
Wow.
You know how it works. I took it to Venice Beach one time.
Oh, that's where you really find out.
That's where
Those are the real guys out there.
They kind of looked and kind of laughed at it and
Yeah.
said, "That's okay. Just play with it." So they played a game with it, and they knew when they hit the ground which way the ball was going to go. They had to get control of it. They learned what they had to do. One guy shot the basketball. He said, "Guy, I shot it wrong." He missed the shot. He said, "I wasn't holding it correctly."
There you go.
So now it teaches you how to hold a basketball. So it does all that for you.
Very cool, very cool. Well, I want to jump into nonprofit. I know you had some things you wanted to talk to me about nonprofit-wise. So what are you working on? What are you involved in on that side?
Yeah, I just got started in this.
I'll take the ball.
Okay, good. I put this, excuse me, I put this foundation together, and it happened this summer. I was over on UCLA campus, and I don't go over too much on UCLA campus, but I was over on
That's
UCLA
okay.
campus.
That was you ruled that domain
Right.
at one time.
Excuse me. And they had Special Olympics going on. So I stood there and I started watching Special Olympics for about an hour. And I said to myself, I'd like to be a part of this. I want to be a part of this. And I've been working with typical basketball players, typical kids playing. And I said, why not do something like this on a skill basis, skill level, where I can train the kids with intellectual disability. So I'm putting together a nonprofit right now.
Okay, so it's already your initial stages of it.
We have it, and we're getting ready to have, get the name for it and all that. And we're going to have a basketball camp for kids with intellectual disability. And we're going to teach. I want to teach. I want to give that back. I work with typical kids, and I saw the kids with the intellectual disability smiling, having fun. They weren't looking for any accolades. They weren't trying to be heroes. They were just having fun. And I said, I want to be a part of this. So I'm putting this together, and hopefully by next summer I'll have this going, and we can do it statewide, and hopefully over a period of time we can do it nationwide, where we're having basketball camps all over for the disability kids to play.
Great, Henry. Well, I know basketball fans and all types of fans are going to be looking out for that, and they're going to be checking out for Dribble Pro, so make sure you keep it right here. Still, one more segment with the legendary Coach Bibby. We're going to talk about just what he's into off the court. A lot of people know all the things he's done on the court, but what about the man off the court? You know how we do it. It's going to be the 3-minute play with DA, so keep a lookout for part 4.